Today is May 10, 3:36 p.m. We are following up on our PayPal earnings trade. As you may know, we had shorted PayPal for earnings, and as predicted, it was correct. It went down. We did not take any profits after that big drop yesterday because we wanted to continue to gain in profits, and good thing we didn't because it continued to drop today to 4%. However, today we are going to take profits, and in this video we're going to explain why we're deciding to take profits today, why we think the risk to reward is now the best for us to take profits today. So let's get right to it. To review, our trade that we did was this trade that we did right before earnings. If you haven't watched the video on this, when we analyze this trade, we'll put a link at the top here. If you have info cards turned on, you can click that, or at the end of the video on how we developed this trade. And so right before earnings, this was going for about this much. We paid about this much. So that's $2.94 plus the 34 cents, and that's $3.28, which is $328. And so currently it is at $63.60. So it is at a profit of $462. You'll see here where we are at that mark here. And so 462 divided by 328 is the percentage times 100. So we are currently 140% ROI, return on our initial investment, 140%. So that's pretty good. And so you may wonder why not wait, because there is a positive theta, and we could potentially gain more if we waited until June 23 when it expires, which is we'll probably leave some of our contracts on, but right now we're seeing some bullish activity, and instead of waiting that it's close to June 23, that's still 44 days out, right? And so we could use that capital for better trades, and so you'll also see here today there was also a lot of activity on the strike prices that we're at, and especially the 75 strike. You see that the volume matches very closely with this open interest, meaning that this could be a closing order. And so the unusual options activity that we initially used, if you watch our video again, then you would see that how we put this on, and and if they're closing it now, then this is also a good indication to also close it at this time. And the other reason is, if we look at the unusual options activity today for PayPal, the first option that we see that is actually out of the money, because all the ones with the background of purple is in the money. This black background option here is actually out of the money, and so this trade was this 1142. This was 3,500 contracts at the 45 strike calls and strike puts for the Septembers. And this was a bullish, a synthetic trade. As you can see here for the Septembers, we'll just go down to the Septembers. This 45 strike here, lots of volume here, much greater than open interest. Same on the call side. Over on this side, they had sold the 45 strike puts and bought the 45 strike calls. And this is a synthetic bullish trade. If we take our trade off, you'll see it here. It's gains in profit as the price goes up. So there is now some bullish positions now being made, and very large in quantities, because if you look at this 45 strike, if you sell one of these, That's 4,500. And since they did, let's see, how many did they do? They did 3,500 of them. Then that's worth, so 4,500, because it's 45 strike price times 100 shares times 3,500. That's $15.7 million of bullish activity on PayPal. So we are going to take profits on our gains of our trade here. This is our it was like a butterfly trade mixed in with some hedges, and then, so selling that back ratio too. So this was the trade, and if you wanted to learn more, make sure to watch that video. It goes into more detail on how we did this trade that gave us this 140% for PayPal earnings. Once you watch that video, you'll understand how we make these decisions, how we put on these trades to be as profitable as possible for earnings and to leverage the Greeks here. The 4 Greeks are very important when you trade options. If you don't trade options, you can still use unusual options activity and use it to decide on a direction for stocks as well. Hope this was helpful. Hope you learned something. Please smash that like button. Comment below on what you think about PayPal stock. And subscribe if you haven't. Take care and good luck, everyone.